everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Welcome back to another weekly energetic check-in video. This is the series where we discuss key astrological transits. We go into intuitive channeled messages, and then at the end of the video I will either prescribe certain herbs for the week, herb recommendations, resin recommendations, or I will prescribe some sort of recommended working for the week that goes in tandem with the astrological transits and the intuitive messages. So if you are a fan of this series, give a thumbs up. Don't forget to comment, subscribe, all that jazz, hit the bell notification and everything. You know the drill. Of course, as always, we're going to start with the astrological messages first. This particular weekly energetic check-in video is going to cover the week of April 18th through the 24th. So let's go ahead and jump in. I feel like we have some juicy messages and energies that we're working with this week yet again. All right, so jumping into the start of the week, we are going to be seeing a lot of inspiration, a lot of unorthodox, eccentric, enlightened, out-of-the-box sort of thinking this week. And this energy is going to allow for innovative and very brave leaps into uncharted territory. So you may find yourself entering the week feeling more bold than usual. You may find yourself feeling more brave, more outgoing, more outspoken, not in a over exaggerated or unhealthy kind of way, but in a very, again, enthusiastic, fresh, inspired kind of way. So we are starting off the week with beautiful, playful, motivated, inspired, gorgeous energy. We are launching this week with yet another conjunction. This time, however, the conjunction is happening between Mercury and Uranus, and it is taking place in the problem-solving, solution-seeking sign of Taurus. So real quickly, for those of you who are unfamiliar or unsure, Mercury has to do with our education, our communication style, communication patterns, our overall mindset. Uranus is going to be bringing with it an energy of eccentricity. Uranus also brings with it an air of individuality, freedom, unorthodox, non-traditional ways of being, ways of functioning and operating. Uranus also, however, rules over unexpected changes. So these two energies being paired together in the sign of Taurus is going to pack its own cocktail of energy. You may find at the beginning of this week especially that there is a cocktail of emotions going on for you, that it's feeling a little, you may feel this energy coming on and it may feel very intense. It may feel a little ungrounded at first. However, give it time to kind of mellow out. I promise you that the dust will settle, because this conjunction between Mercury and Uranus in the sign of Taurus is going to be sextiling a Venus in Pisces. And so you'll find after the dust settles that you're getting more of a artistic and creative boost from these energies. So if you feel more of that slightly imbalanced or uncomfortable energy at the beginning of this week, don't write off the whole week. Give it a little bit of time to settle. That sextile energy is going to kind of take the edge off. It's going to help to kind of balance things out and give more of a well-rounded energy. On this particular same day, we will also have a Scorpio moon that is trining Neptune and Jupiter. And this energy is just going to be, of course, adding its own flair into the cocktail of energies going on astrologically this week, as Scorpio is definitely known for. With the Scorpio moon trining Neptune and Jupiter, you may find that your dreams are a little more vivid. You may find that your intuition is a little sharper, that your body or your psychic senses seem to be a little more sensitive, a little more open. And so with that being said, it kind of makes me want to go back to the previous message of not freaking out with the Uranus and Mercury conjunct in the sign of Taurus, not letting yourself get too imbalanced by that, but instead of taking it in the direction of imbalance or taking it in the direction of overwhelm or uncomfortability, try to tap into that Scorpio moon trining Neptune and Jupiter and see how your intuition wants to best navigate that energy that might be particularly or slightly uncomfortable for you. This week, the sun is going to be squaring Pluto, and with that, we could be seeing some overinflated egos around us, some people that are maybe in need of a little bit of an ego check. Now, this is not to say that it is your job to give them that ego check, but you may observe some people around you that are their egos are a little inflamed. Your job this week, if you come across a person with an oversized, inflated ego, is to not engage in any sort of clashing or jockeying of power struggles of any kind. Just don't even go there. There are enough intense energies going on this week that are going to be influencing our feelings and emotions. And so your objective this week is to stay as centered and balanced as possible, to use these intuitive energies going on with the Scorpio moon trining Neptune and Jupiter. Use those energies to take the higher road, to foresee the problems before they become bigger issues and to navigate around them. Don't get caught up in any petty issues or power struggles this week. Coming in on Wednesday, we are going to have a Sagittarius moon that is squaring Venus, Neptune, and Jupiter. With that particular energy, you guys, be careful of envy being disguised as judgment, and this is coming either from you or people around you. So if you feel some subtle or maybe not so subtle daggers coming out of another person's tone, or maybe even out of your tone, or if you feel some hints of judgment behind what a person is saying, especially if they are disguising that judgment or envy behind a joke. Again, this is not the week to get wrapped up or caught up in any power struggles of any kind, but again, to take the higher road, which I know in a lot of cases is easier said than done. However, I promise by the end of this week, you will be glad that you chose to leave the pettiness aside. Be on the lookout for that on Wednesday. Thursday is going to be a great day to get things done. We are going to be dealing with a Capricorn moon, positively aspecting the Sun, Mars, and Uranus. So ride those waves of efficiency, structure, routine, discipline, regimen, whatever you need to do on Thursday, whatever big tasks you need to get done this week that you maybe were putting off. If you can, save them for Thursday. It'll be much easier to get them done and to just kind of breeze past them. You'll have that energy supporting you. Friday, we are going to be in the face of Earth Day, but you may find that you are feeling more head in the clouds rather than rooted to the earth. This is because we will have an emotionally invigorating moon conjunct with Pluto. Lots of opportunities this week for creativity, lots of opportunities this week to get ahead, to get things done, to do some observation and assessing around those around you. With the envy and judgment that may be coming in the middle of this week, understand that it is not a reflection of you, it is not a reflection of your ideas or anything that you may be saying to this particular individual or people. However, the reaction or responses that you get are more so a reflection of their low vibrational energy, their narrow-mindedness, their limited beliefs either in themselves or whatever. Just know that it's no reflection of you. So with that being said, you guys, those are the key astrological transits going on this week, the week of April 18th through the 24th. And now we will move on to the intuitive messages. See you guys in a bit. All right, guys, welcome to the intuitive channeled messages for the week of April 18th through the 24th. Today, we're going to be keeping it fairly simple. I'm going to be pulling the bulk of the messages from my Hoodoo Tarot deck. And then at the very end, I will pull one oracle card from Kali Oracle and reading you guys the messages there. And obviously, these messages are to benefit and serve the collective. Not everything is going to apply to every person who's out there listening to this video. However, take what does apply and leave what doesn't. So I have already shuffled a little bit, but one more time won't hurt. Ooh. We have the 7 of Sticks here. Next we have Dr. Buzzard. After that we have the card of Big Mama. Following that, we have the 6 of Coins. And after that, we have the 8 of Knives. Seven of Wands, or in this case, 7 of Sticks, is an energy of standing your ground and understanding that there is an inherent strength in adversity. So 7 of Sticks is reminding us that anything that is worth having is worth fighting for. And obviously not just relevant to this week, but in general, you may sometimes find yourself, especially in the middle of the week, like we talked about, if you're dealing with envy, judgment, jealousy, power struggles of any kind, you may find yourself feeling as though you have to defend your position. You may find that you are feeling a little backed into a corner. You may find yourself exhibiting a sort of fight or flight type of energy. For each individual person that's watching this video, your response may be different. Your response may be to fight. Your response may be to flee. And when I say flee, I don't mean it in a way of showing cowardice, but what I do mean is knowing when to pick and choose your battles. Some of us will be coming up against people that, we do have to kind of suit up and defend ourselves, defend our position, defend our beliefs. Others of us, however, we may be looking past that, or we may feel that that is an empty victory, an empty battle, an empty struggle that we don't necessarily need to put ourselves through. And so we may find that we are in more of a position or in more of a space of wanting to walk away from conflict. So choose whatever path feels the best for you. However, 7 of Sticks is an energy of needing to summon your inner strength. I feel like this is a very similar message to what we have gotten in the past 2-3 weeks or so through other decks and different cards that we've used. However, the nice thing about the 7 of Sticks here is that it shows up as the final showdown. So if in previous weeks you have found yourself maybe being a little more passive, not taking the bait, not defending yourself, your beliefs, your position, you may find this particular week that you are feeling more amped and riled up to do so. You may find that you're speaking more authoritatively. You may find yourself to be standing more in your authenticity, more in your power, being less apologetic about your opinions, about your stance. And so again, expect, like, this is not going to pan out the same way for everyone. Some of us, like I said, may find ourselves in more of a fight response. Some of us may find ourselves in more of a flight response. Choose whatever path works best for you. However, this energy does feel like the closing out of dealing with any sort of foolery from family, friends, co-workers, anybody around you that has been kind of flinging their emotional crap your way. Regardless of whatever route you decide to take here, I do feel the sense that a lot of us are going to be finally setting those boundaries, whatever you feel like you need to do. Moving on to Dr. Buzzard. This is a major arcana card. So in the traditional tarot, Dr. Buzzard would correspond to the Justice card. Dr. Buzzard is giving the message that in traditional society, justice, or what constitutes justice, is usually left up to those who are in power. However, every single day that we wake up, every single day that we are breathing, we have the choice as individuals who are co-creating our experience to establish a sense or a rule of justice in our own lives. At the end of it all, there is an overarching energy that we have to respond and answer to, just as in everyday traditional society, you know, with courthouses, the legal system, you know, if you do something, there is a legal system that we have to answer to. There are spiritual systems as well. There are spiritual laws as well that we all abide by and have to answer to or for. So the Justice card, I feel, is reminding us of that it is our responsibility to reestablish spiritual balance in our lives. It is our responsibility to set that tone, to live our lives according to those spiritual laws, and to not accept or to bring a sense of justice to spiritual imbalance in our lives. Imbalance that is caused either by us or that is placed before us by another person. I feel like these two tie together very well, and I feel like the two of these are definitely reiterating certain messages that we've gotten, like I said, in previous weeks in different decks or different cards. The next card, which is Big Mama, in traditional tarot, this would correspond to the Sun card. You guys, I feel like this is the third time that we've gotten this message, but Big Mama is representing the light at the end of the tunnel. I hate to sound like a broken record, but Big Mama is showing up as the light at the end of the tunnel. If you remember, about 2 weeks ago, we pulled a card in our channeled intuitive messages that was titled Pathways, and it had a literal light at the end of the tunnel in the card. The week after that, which I believe was just last week, we pulled another card giving a similar, if not the exact same message of finding the light at the end of the tunnel. So again, Big Mama is giving us the message that with this energy of envy or judgment, cruelty, power struggles that may be hitting some of us this week, that is not the energy that you need to be carrying forward with you, allowing it to make you small, allowing it to dim your light, allowing it to snatch your joy and your ideas. But Big Mama is reminding us that it is actually the opposite, share your light, share your joy. And I know that sounds a little cheesy or corny, or it may to some people sound easier said than done. When you take into consideration Dr. Buzzard and the Seven of Sticks, when you take into consideration the adrenaline, the force, the motivation, the fire that has to be behind this Seven of Sticks in order to defend yourself, when you take into consideration reestablishing spiritual order and balance and justice in your life energetically, this doesn't seem too far off. It doesn't, when you take these two other cards into consideration, Big Mama doesn't seem like such a high jump. And so if you have not done these first, then yeah, you know, looking at the energy of the Sun card of Big Mama may seem a little unrealistic. However, make sure that you're following this in succession. Make sure that you are giving yourself a fair fighting chance and doing these things, building these positive energies properly, so that when you are faced with the opportunity to ascend, when you are faced with the opportunity to shine your light, to speak boldly and bravely and authentically, it's like riding a bike. It comes naturally. It's not a big deal. All right, guys, moving on to this Six of Coins here. Upright, this is a beautiful card to walk into after having gone and done all of this work, and you have moved yourself into a more favorable energy. You're ready to shine your light. Six of Coins here is all about charitable giving, but I feel for a lot of us, it'll be others giving to us, especially now that we have broken that barrier of fear. We have broken that barrier of shrinking ourselves, maybe making ourselves small. Now that we are ready to stand in our authenticity, now that we are ready to move forward and receive nothing less than this Big Mama, this Sun card, we are ready to receive nothing less than our spiritual abundance and our balance and order. We are willing to fight and physically or spiritually put things back in order ourselves if we have to. Now that we have established all of those things, we're looking at the Six of Coins energy, where people are ready and willing to give to us because we have shown up in the sense of declaring that we are ready to give to ourselves. We are ready to receive. And so that's what this Six of Coins is representing here. I feel like a lot of us, once we show, not just the people around us, but also our ancestors, our guides, when we show that we are ready, like fully, truly ready, the resources, the blessings, the abundance will just flow right in. It will be as if the door had been closed before, because for a lot of us, it is, or it was. But these blessings will start to flow in as if the door were closed, but now it is fully open. And you may find people are extra generous to you. You may find that people are more ready and willing to give you favor, ready and willing to sing your praises. If you're someone with an idea, someone with especially a business idea, you may find that people are speaking positively about you, which is leading to more money being put into your pocket. It is all about luck, prosperity, success. Not just blind luck or success, but a success and a prosperity and abundance that comes from having done your work. A prosperity, abundance, and success that comes from having fought for yourself, fought for your ideas, fought for your name, fought for your beliefs, all of it. Last but not least, you guys, we have the Eight of Knives. As a beautiful close to this particular spread from Hoodoo Tarot, we have the Eight of Knives, which is all about coming out of a period of darkness. However, believing in yourself again, feeling a sense of empowerment, removing the obstacles from your path so that you can move forward. Notice I said removing, meaning it is an action word, meaning that it is something that you have to engage in yourself, not something that you're just sitting there idly waiting to happen. Oh, I'm waiting for my obstacles to be removed. No. Eight of Knives is an energy of getting up and removing those perceived obstacles yourself. Liberating yourself from a victim mentality. So what a beautiful spread of cards to have, to start here and to end up here and have these beautiful energies in between. Eight of Knives represents a period of being done holding yourself back, moving away from people with negative vibrations, lower vibrations, jealousy, envy, judgment, feeling like you have to defend yourself, feeling challenged. I would say that this particular spread of cards goes beyond just this week that we're looking at. And some of us are already maybe experiencing varying aspects or phases of these energies already. Just know that this is the end goal. Like, you're doing it. This is it. There's no better sequence of cards that we could have gotten to show us that we are doing it. We're doing the work. We are fighting for ourselves, believing in ourselves wholeheartedly. And fortune absolutely favors the bold. And you will be favored. We will all be favored as long as we continue to hold steadfast to our beliefs. We maintain our balance spiritually. We maintain order. We allow ourselves to shine. We allow ourselves to receive. Not just physically either, receiving also spiritually, but beautiful. So with that being said, you guys, I am going to put those away and we are going to end this intuitive channeled message with a card pull from Kali Oracle. I'm going to give a quick shuffle and we will end this reading with any last minute intuitive messages, any last minute guidances or wisdom that our spirits have for us. Not just this week, like I said, but maybe even for the month. My apologies if I butcher this, but Trauma Nagmo. She arises instinctively responding to a severe threat to your well-being, freedom, and sacred fulfillment. Her fierce form causes the impure to tremble, and the pure of heart to move close. She is ferocious in her wrath against injustice. Already syncing up very well with the cards that we've pulled. Dispense with thoughts of vengeance. Pray for mercy for all beings, especially those trapped in patterns of consciousness, harmful toward themselves and others. Open your heart to her heart and allow her to attend to all matters of karma while you remain true to your higher self. Wow. So even just that paragraph in of itself, the intro paragraph, is already perfectly aligned with the cards that we've pulled this week. So let's go deeper. It says, Kali is so responsive to those in need of her that she will manifest in unlimited forms to provide the necessary protections. Her fiercest forms manifest to support us in confronting powerful darkness within ourselves, others and in our world. As we place our focus upon her, we enter into her being for sanctuary. Troma Nagmo is our black, wrathful mother of tantric wisdom. As our mother, she is available to all hearts who seek her protection, teachings, and assistance. Troma Nagmo's presence in a reading indicates that you will outgrow any issue, even those so persistent as to last for a very long time or that appear to be beyond your capacity to overcome. This confronting, powerful obstacle may be an attachment, stuck pattern, or unhealthy misuse of energy. It may be a set of circumstances you have created or that another has imposed upon you. It may relate to this or other lifetimes. Whatever the cause, her presence indicates it is time for it to end. As you move close to her presence in your heart, you will be able to cut through the mental and emotional clinging to a particular outcome or interpretation, so the situation unravels rapidly, allowing for swift progress on your soul path. So, beautiful, beautiful card here. Troma Nagmo. And with that, I will go ahead and close out. Hope you guys enjoyed the weekly energetic check-in, and I'll see you in the next one. Hey guys, so this particular week I felt like it would be really beneficial to work with success herbs as well as kind of some like hex breaking herbs, especially the energy that we're dealing with in the middle of the week this week. Envy and judgment, having to navigate ourselves around power struggles. You can fall prey to an attack, a hex, the evil eye, simply from people just directing their negative energy at you, their low vibrational energy, their negative thoughts and opinions. And so if you are someone who is particularly this week dealing with envy, judgment, harsh criticism, any of those things that are being hidden behind jokes, any power struggles, anything of that nature, and you want to just cleanse that from you, you want to cleanse the slate, you want to open that road and sort of redirect that negative energy from you, I felt like incorporating herbs that are specific to hex breaking would be beneficial in this week's video. So I'm going to touch on that, and then I will also provide certain herbs that help with strengthening and building success. Let's go ahead and start with the hex breaking herbs. All right, you guys, so the first herb recommendation that I will be making this week, and this is again for hex breaking, is holy thistle or blessed thistle. So blessed thistle is good for purification, and obviously it's good for hex breaking. It is considered to be a masculine herb, so this is a powerful and potent herb to use when you are trying to ward off evil or negativity. And again, this does not have to be in the form of someone formally casting a spell on you or hexing you or jinxing you in any way. It could be someone directing negative thoughts at you. It can be someone that has envy or jealousy towards you, someone who is very quick to shut down your ideas, your feelings, your emotions. You typically know when someone is casting that evil eye upon you in some sort of way. If you're wanting to ward off and break that particular energetic cord, that hex or that energy that may be attached to you from this particular person, you can absolutely use blessed thistle. It can be burned on charcoal, added to a candle. You can also put some into a mojo bag, a gree bag, any kind that has to do with protection, spell breaking of any sort. My recommendation, if you are using blessed thistle, is that it be used in both a bath and a candle, preferably a white candle. White is obviously a color that is associated with clearing and cleansing. It is a neutralizing color, so hex breaking, clearing, cleansing, protection, all of that applies to the color white. So if you're going to be using blessed thistle this week, my recommendation is that it be used with a white candle and in a protective, cleansing, spiritual bath. My second herbal recommendation in terms of hex breaking for this week is going to be vetiver. If you cannot, for any reason, find the dried herb in a botanica local to you, you can also use it as an oil. Most botanicas will have a vetiver oil that you can use. Vetiver is considered a feminine herb, and it is also good for purification, hex breaking, also good for love and money. However, in this particular week ahead is to focus that intention towards hex breaking. Traditionally, vetiver is burned to overcome evil spirits. So if you are able to find the dried herb, you can burn it again on charcoal or add it into a candle. I have found certain places that actually have the dried bundled vetiver that you can burn similar to a sage bundle. It smells so good, and it's a wonderful herb to use in terms of its hex breaking capabilities. But you can also use that vetiver to build that particular dream or idea that you have, to feed it more success, to put the energy of luck behind that particular dream or idea. So vetiver is really nice because you can use it dualistically in that way. So moving on to success herbs, my first recommendation for success herbs that can be used, I am going to suggest the herb of ginger. So I have actually used raw ginger before, like the root, like from a grocery store, and I used a grinder to kind of like get smaller pieces of it, but I used it in a money candle, and a lot of really good things happened at my job after that. So I can personally vouch for the power that ginger has. My recommendation is that you go for the root. So any Whole Foods, any grocery store, you can usually find a small ginger root. And if you have a sort of like peel or grinder, you can grind a little bit of it up and add it to whatever you need to add it to. Again, whether that's a candle, a bath, any other kind of working, burning it on charcoal, I'm sure would be very interesting. I've never tried that myself personally, but I'm sure it would smell wonderful with the right herbs added in conjunction with it. So ginger has that punch. It has that zing to it. So that's why it's wonderful as a success herb, is because not only is it very refreshing and soothing, but it has that kind of spiciness and that zing that also kind of adds that quickness that you want in a working. So ginger is going to be one of my recommendations for success herbs this week. The other is going to be lemon balm. So lemon balm is much more of a cooling, softer, calmer energy. However, it certainly will bring you the same results. So if you're not so much looking for that urgency, or you just want things to happen the same way but slightly calmer and a little more toned down, you can go with the lemon balm and get the same result. So I hope that that is helpful this week, you guys. Let me know, of course, how your workings go this week with those particular herbs. Let me know your experiences with working with these particular herbs in the past, what your results were. With that being said, that is the end of this week's weekly energetic check-in. I hope you guys enjoy, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.